The Patriots and Bills are ready for their Week 6 showdown up at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo, and surprise, surprise, first place in the AFC East is in line for the Patriots to come away with first place in the division. Here are 3 keys to a victory, again, up in Buffalo. Number 1, start fast. The Patriots did that absolutely against the Bengals, scoring the first 14 points of the game and really putting the Bengals away fairly early in that one. It was a stark contrast from their first 4 games, which featured 4 3-and-outs. The Patriots came right out, scored 2 early touchdowns, and off they went. It was all about emotion, and one thing is going to be harnessing that emotion in a road atmosphere, but we'll see if they can do it.
Right, and there's no question the people in Buffalo are going to be all, to quote Pete Carroll, jacked and pumped for this game for a lot of reasons. They're welcoming in their new owners. Their team has a chance to kind of slay the giant that's kind of in their way of, maybe establishing themselves as a legitimate team, although I still have questions about that. And, there's a lot of former Patriots, whether it's Brandon Spikes, wanting to kind of send a message. So if the Patriots start out quickly, as they did against the Bengals, they'll silence the crowd and kind of put them down back in their rightful place right away and kind of take the heart out of them.
This is a Buffalo atmosphere that I really like. I think it's an underappreciated community up there, and they love it when the Patriots come to town because I think it gives them a little extra notch of energy for game days. The Patriots did get off to a huge start last year up in Buffalo. Before that thing kind of came falling apart a bit toward the end of it, and the Patriots salvaged that game. But again, it's going to be a fun one, and the Bills fans, who haven't had a lot to cheer for in the last decade or decade plus really, have as big of a game as I'm sure they've seen in this late in the season in quite some time, and they're going to be pumped up for it. Number 2, they got to run the ball again. The Patriots, a big reason why they had some of that success last week against the Bills is because they had a rededication to the running game, which they've completely ignored in their 2 losses, and they've been running the ball more than 50% of the time in their 3 wins. If they run, it helps out the offensive line, it helps out Tom Brady, it basically helps out the whole operation.
I know the Bills have the best pass defense, run defense, or the second best run defense in the league right now. Fine, go right at them.
And kind of a lead into our 3rd key is you don't want to let that talented defensive front, maybe the Bengals, the Bills, one of those B teams, the Bills' 3 best defensive players might all line up right next to each other. Mario Williams, Kyle Williams, and Marcel Darius, who has 5 sacks through 5 games right now. And they don't want those guys to have to just be able to pin their ears back and tee off. They've got an undermanned group of linebackers due to Kiko Alonso's preseason injury. And again, if you run the ball, you're going to protect Tom Brady, and that's what it comes down to for our 3rd key. If you keep Tom Brady upright, he's carved up this Bills defense plenty of times in the past. I know it's a new system under Jim Schwartz, but the personnel is largely the same.
Yeah, this team is leading the league, or co-leading the league in sacks. I think they have 17 already. They'll bring it, and they have guys who can get to the quarterback. We saw prior to Cincinnati Tom Brady getting his brains beaten in. You don't want to go back to that picture. We don't want to see that anymore. Tom Brady doesn't want to see that anymore. The Patriots have to basically pick up where they left off in the Bengals game, do what they did well, and expand and take that to the next level. They don't want to go back into that place with Brady on the ground.
And one side effect to that, they're going into a short week against the Jets defense. It's going to be jacked up for this Patriots showdown, and they don't want Tom Brady spending one of his 3 days of preparation picking his teeth up off the mat once again. So it's a protection issue that it really might have 2 games really in mind, but we're one video at a time here at the Herald, so you can follow our coverage going into that Bills game, running through the Bills game on BostonHerald.com, in the paper, of course, and on the Blitz blog.